In 30 years, I've evaluated more businesses than I can count. And the best money I ever made was on deals that I refused. These are 4 real ones. Each looked great. Each had a trap buried in the math. And one of them almost got me anyway. 4 deals, 4 traps, and at the end, 10-second test that would have caught all 4. If you're buying anything this year or any business this year, you got to steal it. So let's go. Chapter 1, the restaurant. The margin belonged to the landlord. A second-generation restaurant space. Equipment in place, loyal lunch crowd, seller's book showing 110K net on 900K revenue, 12% net in food services. That's a good operation. I was interested. Then I read the lease instead of the listing. Base rent, reasonable, but underneath, the percentage rent, an extra 6% of every dollar over revenue break point, plus CAM charges that reset annually, plus a personal guarantee, plus 3 years left on the term with renewal at market. Run it forward, every dollar of growth I created, the landlord took 6 cents off the top before, or 6% before I saw it, and the shared cost line moved whenever the plaza felt like it. And in 36 months, my market renewal negotiation would be conducted by a landlord who could see exactly how well I was doing. The trap, I wasn't buying a restaurant. I was buying a job that improved someone else's property. The margin belonged to the landlord. The seller just hadn't noticed yet. So I walked. Chapter 2, the gym. The revenue wasn't recurring. Independent gym, 900 members, 58,000 a month in membership revenue. Recurring revenue, the magic words, priced accordingly. I asked for one report the seller didn't expect, the cohort file. Not total members, when each member joined and when they left. Took him a week to produce, which was answer number 1. The file was answer number 2. 40% of the members hadn't badged in 90 days. The annual churn was near 55%. The 58K wasn't a lake. It was a bathtub with the drain open, and the seller was pouring marketing dollars in fast enough to hold the water line just long enough to sell it. Strip revenue that costs a reacquisition every year of its recurring premium, and the price was double what the math supported. The trap, recurring revenue that has to be re-earned, isn't recurring. It's a treadmill wearing a subscription costume. I walked from that one. Chapter 3, the route. The price was built on fantasy. A vending route. And you know from video 2, I like this model. 40 machines claimed 85K cash flow and was asking 190K. That's not bad. The broker sheet had a column called adjustments. Watch this column in every deal because it's where fiction lives and people make crap up. The seller's truck, added back. The seller's health insurance, added back. One-time repairs appearing 3 years running, added back. And my favorite line I had never seen on a deal sheet, projected revenue from 6 machines not yet placed in locations not yet signed. Capitalized into the asking price at a full multiple. They wanted me to pay today for machines that existed only on paper and in the broker's imagination. Real seller discretionary earnings. Honestly recast about 52K. At a fair route multiple, that's 130K business wearing 190K price tag. The trap add backs are the seller's story about the business. The bank statements are the business. I offered 125K on real numbers. The broker was insulted and walked away. Goodbye. It's 3 traps you can catch on paper. The 4th one you can't. It doesn't live in the books at all. This is the one that almost got me. Chapter 4, the service firm. The cash flow walk out with the seller. A commercial services company, 22 years old, 1.4 million in revenue, real margins, really clean books. I checked everything, just like I taught you. Long-term commercial contracts. I was deep in diligence and I liked this deal. Then I did the thing that saved me. I asked to sit in on client renewal calls. Every call, same pattern. Clients didn't ask about the company. They asked for Dan. Dan, the owner, had every relationship. Dan priced every bid. From experience that lived in Dan's head. Dan's cell number was on the invoices. The contracts I were buying had 90-day outs, and 11 of the top 15 clients told me politely in different words that they were loyal to a man, not a logo. I wasn't buying a business. I was buying an introduction to Dan's friends at 3 times earnings, with Dan leaving for Florida. The trap. If the cash flow is loyal to the seller, the cash flow leaves with the seller. So any type of wholesale, B2B service business, you need to watch out. No earn-out structure fixes a business where the moat drives home every night. So I walked because this one hurt, because I thought it was great on paper, but at least I was smart enough to realize it was a trap. And the trap was standing next to the paper. Chapter 5, the 10-second test. So 4 deals, 1 test, 10 seconds. Ask this: what am I actually buying? And does it stay after closing? The restaurant. I was buying a lease that got worse as I got better. The gym. Revenue that dissolved on contact. The route. A broker's projections. The firm. Dan. In all 4, the thing being sold wasn't the thing being priced. Ask the question, then make the seller prove the answer with documents, cohorts, and renewal calls. Never with the deal sheet. And look, people ask if I've ever gotten one wrong. I own businesses today, including franchises. Would every deal I've ever done pass the framework I rerun now? Not really. The framework exists because of my tuition payments and what I'm doing here. That's a different video, and I'm not emotionally ready to talk about it, but not everything I do in the past has made sense, but it all is coming forward, and I'm using this to come up with framework that I'm talking to you about. So the next breakdown is HVAC equipment, the boring business private equity is fighting over, and the real math on why. So subscribe, and we'll see you soon.